Imagine a world where a single empire controlled 3 continents, where its roads stitched nations together, its armies marched undefeated for centuries, and its laws shaped civilizations for over 2,000 years. This wasn't a fantasy. This was Rome. But how did a tiny village on the banks of the Tiber River become the greatest superpower the world had ever seen? And how did it all collapse? Today, we uncover the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, a story of ambition, brilliance, betrayal, and downfall that still echoes through modern society. Rome's origin is wrapped in myth: twins Romulus and Remus, a she-wolf, and a struggle for the throne. While legends shaped its identity, the real story began around 753 BCE, when a small settlement of farmers grew into a kingdom ruled by early Latin and Etruscan kings. Rome learned early that survival came through strength, discipline, and unity. From its neighbors, Rome absorbed culture, architecture from the Etruscans, gods from the Greeks, and military tactics from its rivals. Rome didn't just fight enemies. Rome borrowed, improved, and dominated. In 509 BCE, Romans overthrew their last king and founded the Roman Republic, a political experiment where power was shared between elected leaders, senators, and assemblies. It wasn't perfect, but it created something the world had rarely seen: a state built on laws, not kings. As Rome expanded, it faced new threats. The Italian peninsula became its battlefield. Allies became citizens. Rivals became provinces. Rome's mindset was simple: if you stand with us, you prosper. If you stand against us, you become part of us. This philosophy set the stage for Rome's greatest challenge, the Carthaginian Empire. The Punic Wars changed everything. Against Carthage, another rising superpower, Rome fought for control of the Mediterranean. And then came Hannibal, the military genius who crossed the Alps with war elephants. He crushed Roman armies again and again. Yet Rome endured. The Roman Republic didn't collapse. It adapted. Led by generals like Scipio Africanus, Rome defeated Carthage, destroyed the city, and took control of vast lands. The Mediterranean now had a new master. Rome was no longer just a republic. Rome was an empire in everything but name. Wealth poured in. Slaves, gold, and culture from distant regions transformed Roman society. But with wealth came corruption and ambition. In the chaos of political rivalry emerged a man whose name still shakes history: Gaius Julius Caesar. A brilliant general, Caesar conquered Gaul, bringing enormous riches and glory. His power terrified the Senate. They ordered him to return home without his army. Instead, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, a point of no return, declaring, "The die is cast." Civil war erupted. When Caesar emerged victorious, he became dictator for life. Many feared he intended to end the Republic entirely. And so, on the Ides of March, he was assassinated by senators who believed they were saving Rome. But instead of saving the Republic, they destroyed it. Out of the chaos rose Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, the first Roman emperor. Augustus rebuilt the state, strengthened the army, reformed taxes, and ushered in the Pax Romana, 200 years of peace and prosperity. Under emperors like Trajan and Hadrian, Rome reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from Britain to Egypt, Spain to Mesopotamia. Rome was now the beating heart of the world. Its roads, aqueducts, language, and laws shaping the future of civilization. This was humanity's first true superpower. But superpowers do not last forever. The decline did not come overnight. It was slow, like cracks forming in a mighty monument. Economic troubles strained the empire. Endless wars drained the treasury. Political corruption became normal. the empire grew too large to govern effectively. Emperors rose and fell rapidly. Some ruled for days, others for hours. The once invisible Roman army now relied on foreign mercenaries who had no loyalty to Rome. And then came pressures from the outside. Germanic tribes, pressured by the Huns, began pushing into Roman territory. Cities fell, borders collapsed. The Western Empire slowly crumbled. In 476 CE, the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed. The Western Roman Empire, the greatest power in human history, had fallen. But Rome didn't truly die. The Eastern Empire, known as Byzantium, survived another 1,000 years. And Rome's legacy, its laws, architecture, languages, and religion, still shapes our world today. From a lonely hillside village to the ruler of the known world, Rome's story is a reminder that power is fragile, that greatness requires discipline, and that no empire is eternal. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history's greatest superpower, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more stories that shaped humanity.